your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show. We love to help you win in any marketplace, serving as your consumer advocate, almost 10 years on air now, and real excited about a lot of the growth around the company, the team, both the real estate company and, of course, the radio talk show, and a lot of things we're doing here. We have a great lineup for you today as well. We're going to have Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts. We're going to talk about a recent event that we just celebrated over at Florida Firearms Academy with Thomas King and his team. Also coming up later in the program, Debbie Lane. She is a hypnosis. She's going to talk about hypnosis, quit smoking, weight loss, how you can do that, how you can manage that. And also in studio, Jason Seibert. He's the owner of Flanagan's Irish Pub. We're going to be talking about the 30th annual St. Patrick's Day Street Festival coming up in just a couple of days. It's going to be this Friday, which is the 30th. Which is the, what date is that? 17th. That's right. Friday the 17th. Thousands of residents will be there, and Flanagan's Irish Pub is the place to be this Friday. Don't miss it right there in Dunedin. So Jason's coming up here in just a moment. Before we do, I want to thank one of our sponsors, Innovative Solar, here in Tampa Bay. Innovative Solar and their team, they do such a great job when it comes to all things solar. So if you're thinking about, adding solar onto your residential property or commercial, we'd love for you to support the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and our expert contributors. Innovative Solar and the team, they do such a great job here in Tampa Bay, and it's much more affordable than you might think. All right, we always like to feature our real estate properties live on air as well, part of our strategy to help our sellers profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovations with radio, TV, and internet marketing. We've got a hot new listing here on 3058 Mildred Drive. We just did a price reduction as well, and this is a brand new listing, just a couple weeks on the market. 3058 Mildred Drive on Lake Tarpon, canal access to Lake Tarpon. This is in Palm Harbor. One of our beautiful listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Also, Livy and Coastal Elite is our new brand as well. Almost 1,400 square feet. You got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. This is located on a spacious corner lot, and you have an open concept kitchen with granite countertops, a beautiful screened-in pool, and a boat dock on the canal. Check out that beautiful view right down the canal, and you're on a corner lot. Great opportunity on Mildred Drive in Palm Harbor, one of our hot new real estate properties here in Tampa Bay. 12290 101st Street in Largo. We've got side-by-side parcels here. This is 10 acres of land. So attention builders, developers, entrepreneurs. How rare is that? 10 acres of buildable land in Largo. Actually, about half of that is buildable. We got 10 acres total. Stunning piece of land on Lake Seminole. That's the second largest lake in Pinellas County. You have a great ROI opportunity. It's an incredible development opportunity. We got some folks looking at it. We got a couple LOIs that we're looking at, but still looking for new offers on this property. 12290 101st Street in Largo, Pinellas County, and you can see all of our real estate properties at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Absolutely. We love our troops. We support our vets and all of our active military out there as well. All right, let's welcome in our special guest today, Jason Seibert. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks for coming in. And so owner of Flanagan's Irish Pub and celebrating the big holiday.
Yeah, it's a blessing to be there. I've been there almost 7 years now, and absolutely love that pub. That is my home. And I look the part. Red hair and Irish cap.
There you go. Yeah,
I always get that. Oh, you must be the owner. Yeah.
I've got a little Irish blood as well. So we love the Irish, and my dad's side was Portuguese, but yeah, it's interesting. The melting pot that America is. It
is
great culture, and
it is. Yeah, I mean, in speaking to America, what an incredible way I came into Flanagan's is really an American story. I came into Flanagan's. I walked in with $100 to my name, and I just pointed at the owner. I said, "I'm going to buy your bar. Let's talk about it." And 2 weeks later, I was able to buy that bar, owner financed, and pay it off in less than 3 years.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
And then today, looking at it and the success that has been, what a blessing. And I've been able to pay that forward with a lot of mentorship. And we can talk about that stuff today.
Yeah, I love it. I love entrepreneurship, and that was my college plan back in school. Played football at USF, graduated from Florida Gulf Coast University, but yeah, entrepreneurship was my concentration. What does entrepreneurship mean to you? How do you analyze that word entrepreneurship?
I think it means freedom. I mean, for me, it's a big thing. I know that working for corporate America, I really did not like commuting an hour each way.
Right.
I really did not like excelling at my job and then not really making myself money, but making other people money.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with having a job. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that there's a great freedom that comes from knowing that if you work hard and you do the right things and you get the advice from the right people, you can make it. And to me, wealth is lifestyle. So I have this lifestyle that I really love.
Right.
I get up when I want, which is usually early because I love going to work, and I spend a lot of time in my car driving around, which I love to do. And make my phone calls, and I live in a beautiful place. So I get to see the water every day. So I count my blessings every day. I'm still grateful.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the same with me. It is about lifestyle, I'm in real estate and we're showing properties, we're listing properties, but it is that lifestyle. You do your work, you put in your time, you prospect, and then you can, take off Saturdays or whatever day it is that you want to be with your family, your kids. Your kid may have a game. That's what I love about real estate is you can create that lifestyle and set your own hours. Now, in the beginning, sometimes you got to sacrifice. A lot of times when you start as a real estate agent, you're working on the weekends. You're showing properties Saturdays and Sundays. You're hosting open houses. But once you get to the point where, I've been in it for 20 years now, you kind of are the CEO and you're growing your organization. My wife and I, we have, a top team here in Tampa Bay, but so I love that point of lifestyle, especially in Dunedin, that Dunedin, Palm Harbor. I mean, just this whole area, Clearwater. I went to a friend's house recently. We went fishing. He's got a nice fishing boat. He's got this golf cart. He's got his bikes. He's got his kayak. I mean, it's the lifestyle. He's driving the golf cart to pick up the groceries. He's taking the golf cart over the bridge to go to the beach, or taking the dogs for a ride. I mean, the lifestyle we have here in Tampa Bay is bar none.
It really is. It really is, and living the golf cart lifestyle as well. And the biggest thing for me is I'm a single dad. I got a wonderful 9-year-old little girl, and I'm able now, after doing my first few years at 90 hours a week, whatever it took, I'm able now to say, you know what, this Saturday I'm going to let management take care of the pub, and I'm going to go do something with my child.
Right.
And I'm able to put her first, and the business is second.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just joined us, we're talking with Jason Seibert, owner of Flanagan's Irish Pub right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Dunedin celebrates 30th annual St. Patrick's Day Street Festival. That's coming up in a couple of days here. The countdown is on for the festival in Dunedin. Highly anticipated event is long-standing tradition in the community and promises to be bigger and better than ever before. Tell us what we can expect.
Well, you can expect the largest St. Patrick's Day Festival in Florida, and one of the oldest. I'm not even sure. Maybe it is the oldest. But 30 years of having this festival is incredible. About 30 years ago, the last ownership before myself in Flanagan's Irish Pub, Noel and Trina, started this in a parking lot next door, which is a place called Smokehouse now. It's a fantastic restaurant. And it used to be a service station back then. And they started in that parking lot, and it grew and it grew and it grew. And they created an incredible festival, and I've been blessed to be able to come in and grow that festival even more. And it is absolutely fun. It's great for everyone of all ages up to a certain time. When you get in the evening, people more adult focused, but music all day long, and everyone's wearing green, and everybody's having a good time, and everybody's Irish that day. Yeah,
absolutely. And everybody loves the bagpipes too, or at least.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if you know, so Dunedin is world champion bagpipers.
No, I didn't know that.
We are some of the best. We have some of the best bagpipers in the world. Beat all the grade 2 guys in Scotland. No big deal.
Wow.
And North American grade 1 champions. I mean, they've had accolade after accolade, and we're blessed to welcome them into the pub anytime.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So they got the whole lineup. And if you're watching our TV show version on Apple TV, Amazon, Roku, our producers just put that up on the screen, and you can see kind of the lineup there. It's got a great lineup all the way throughout the day. Different, Irish dancers, Peter Robinson, the three kilts, my three kilts,
yep.
First of the day, and then Mac Tier.
Yeah.
So that's the entertainment lineup.
Yeah, some fantastic, and you can see some Irish dancers and the Dunedin Pipe Band. I mean, this is a cultural celebration,
right.
And we are very proud to celebrate our culture. And the story of the Irish is a great one, and that's another conversation for another time. But read some books about that; pretty incredible.
Well, how big is the Irish population in Tampa Bay or Dunedin?
Well, I should know that information. I don't. I mean, but I run into Irish, especially in Dunedin. Dunedin being so our sister cities in Scotland. It's a very Celtic-facing town.
Yeah.
And so not uncommon to see someone, sometimes even me, walking down the street in a kilt.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of that down there. You see a lot of that cultural celebration down there all the time.
That's cool.
Stirling in Scotland is our sister city, and that's
Okay.
like where William Wallace's sword is and all that stuff.
Wow. And for families also, there's going to be games, face painting, other activities for those looking to get your green on. You might be interested in this year's video. So there's also a video, I believe, on the website. By the way, what is your website?
It is flanagan'sirishpub.net.
.net? Flanagan'sIrishPub.net. That's the website.
Coming for that .com. Whoever's listening, I'm coming for that.
Where's the .com? Who's got the .com? There's some funny stories out there about people buying, athletes' names .com or different things.
I bought a bunch back in the day. It never really materialized into money.
Seemed like a good idea at the time, though,
At the time, I was like, man, this is my retirement right here. This is like after the '90s initial boom. I thought, oh man, this is it.
Yeah.
But selling them proved more difficult, or maybe someone smarter than me needed to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I get text emails, this and that here and there about, hey, I'm selling Tampa real estate, blah, blah, blah.com or whatever, a couple little keywords.
Right, I got a couple of them. We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, it sounds good, right? And then I'm like, I don't know. I got what I need on website-wise and all that good stuff. But, so don't forget this Friday, go and visit Flanagan's Irish Pub. Dunedin celebrates 30th annual St. Patrick's Day Street Festival going on. Friends, bring your friends and family out as something for the kids, and of course, for the adults as well. We're going to take a quick break. Jason Seibert in studio for one more segment coming up. Flanagan's Irish Pub. He's the owner. I want to touch a little bit about banking. It's big in the news right now. SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, and another couple banks have taken a hit. And what's the Fed's going to do? How are they going to take a look at this? And it's interesting when you see some of the comments on Twitter about this too. And it's like, oh wow, it's a similar amount that went to Ukraine, and all these different things popping up. But interesting stuff. More with entrepreneur Jason Seibert here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Coming up later, our feel-good story of the day. This student showed up dressed as her teacher on Superhero Day. There you have it. We'll be right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, everybody. It's the Captain, Matt Bruce, and you're listening to my buddy, Brandon Rhymes, a consumer quarterback. Sell, Brandon, sell.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We're part of the Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment Division, also really cool division of Keller Williams. So real excited about a lot of the growth around the team and our continued strive and growth in that area. So real excited about that. Here's a couple of hot listings that we've got listed. 2817 Gulf City Road in Ruskin. This is acreage that you can build on. You've got developable land right here on the waterfront. This is waterfront on the Little Manatee River. 23 acres of land, prime waterfront development opportunity. I could just see townhomes, apartments, complex being there, condos being built there. Beautiful property. Got water access directly to the Gulf of Mexico. It can be subdivided, and it's right there in Ruskin. A lot of the fishermen love that Ruskin Apollo Beach area because you're straight out into the Gulf. You're straight out into the deep waters where you can catch those beautiful grouper and other great fish in the Gulf of Mexico. We also have another waterfront beauty here at 6023 Beverly Drive in Hudson. This is a waterfront home on a canal with bay access, and this is a property that we've got up in Hudson, which is Pasco County. 1856 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. You got an updated kitchen, handmade cabinetry, and waterfront with a fireplace. You got a built-in security system, 36 jet swim spa, oversized boat lift, and that's a big deal. Those boat lifts are expensive. 6023 Beverly Drive in Hudson. You can see all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we got Jason Seibert in the house, owner of Flanagan's Irish Pub, celebrating 30th annual St. Patrick's Day Street Festival coming up in just a couple of days on Friday, the 17th. And kind of before the break, I teased that, I like to talk about current events a little bit here, Jason. So, this is the Silicon Valley Bank, and I was just kind of thumbing through Twitter as I was going through. And guess what happened? Before this bank goes belly up and they start collapsing, here's a quote talking about a tweet saying the SVB CEO, Greg Becker, sold $3.6 million of company stock less than 2 weeks before before the SVB collapse. The employees received bonuses hours before the FDIC seized control over the company. So, and there's quote after quote here, of talking about that, and where the blame is going, right? They tried to blame Trump because the law was passed 5 years prior. So instead of the DEI exec. So a lot of it's based on the DEI policies is what I'm reading. But yeah, when you look at banking, it's something that we need, but there's also this big push towards crypto. A lot of people are fleeing to gold right now. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts around that?
Well, my thoughts are that one of the things I always make sure I do is I diversify between a couple different banks, and I make sure I have enough. I have an operating account and I have a backup operating account. Yeah. And I haven't always been in a position to be able to have that operating and backup operating, but now I have saved a lot of money. It's funny, people talk about building wealth, and in their mind, when you're a teenager and in your mind you're like, man, one day I'm going to have so much money, when I have $1 million, I'm buying a Lamborghini or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're like, you're 13 years old. You're like, oh man, it's gonna be so cool. Yeah. My daughter's 9. She says, Dad, when I turn 18, I'm buying a mansion.
There you go.
And so I started talking to her about what that means. Okay, well, shoot, if that's really your goal, then we need to get started. Yeah. You need to start making some money, because 18 is around the corner, and 9 years to get enough money together to buy a mansion when you're starting from nothing is great. But one of the things that she has as a 9-year-old, or anybody has, that's a young person that's starting out as an entrepreneur, is a leg up on the people that have money, because they have a lot less to lose. And that's a huge asset, right? Coming into that.
That's a great point.
As far as the bank goes, what I did yesterday was I basically took the money I have in my accounts, and I put half of that money in one bank and half of it in another. And those are both strong banks that have large financial backings. And we know that FDIC, at least for business, is $250,000 insured.
That's what I've heard. Yep.
And I believe in the FDIC. I believe that they're going to honor when banks fail. And I hope we don't see more banks fail, but it's a scary thing, especially looking back to the 30s and what happened back then.
Yeah, exactly. And even just 08, there was a large bailout, and taxpayers are at their wits' end. And we're like, hey, look, we the people, we're a little bit pissed off at this point. You keep bailing everybody out. You keep taking these if you look at any industry, I mean, you look at what happened through the pandemic, you look at, a lot of different industries, government has overreached. And then, of course, a lot of the things that people were saying, oh, it's a lab leak, or was it, it this Wuhan fresh or whatever market? No, it ends up being true. A lot of these people,
these things, they say, oh, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Oh, weird. It's true.
I think 2 years later, though,
if you pretend that money isn't real for long enough,
right,
you're gonna have problems.
Yeah, exactly.
If you keep that printer all the way hot and shooting cash out all the time without backing it, it's gonna be a problem eventually.
Yeah, that's it. And I feel like they just need to clean out the DC crowd, especially these elites, man, at both sides of the aisle. They're both doing bad things. They've been doing it for a long time, and it's they're selling out America to a lot of the this World Economic Forum, this party of Davos. I mean, this my heart goes out to a lot of different people. I mean, small business owners are getting crushed, plumbing companies, you think about the small companies, right? They're doing good, but tax-wise, they're getting hit. Seniors, think about how hard this has been for seniors. What you were just saying, printing money, what does that do? That reduces their return. Right. They work their whole life, they put all their money in these pensions and these plans, and then it turns into very low or negative. Remember one time there was negative returns on your bank account. Right. You actually would have to pay, a fee to have them hold your money.
Yeah, there was a not that it's a show I watch a lot of the time, but there's a South Park where that you went and made a deposit. Yeah. And the teller was like, and it's gone.
Exactly. So, that's funny.
I think that was around the 08 time.
And Tony Robbins did a great book called Money Master the Game, which I'm a big Tony fan. I went to his Business Mastery in Mali, Fiji, and that was 10 years ago. But yeah, so this Silicon Valley Bank, I think it's going to be, unfortunately, a domino effect. There's going to be more coming, and it's unfortunate, some of the circumstances behind it. We've gotten away from merit-based investing, merit-based in a lot of our corporations. But let's take it back here locally. So when we talk about Dunedin, first of all, one of the most popular areas in the nation, I would think, especially in Florida, and our great governor comes back and visits every now and then as well. But this is a free event too. St. Patrick's Day Festival is a free to attend, and will take place rain or shine.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of the governor, he actually showed up last year. And,
nice.
And I got to meet him, and then he showed up again in February at the pub, and I got to meet him again, which is pretty fantastic. I'm a big fan of Florida. I'm a big fan of our leadership in Florida. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the festival itself, you're going to have fun. I mean, people come back year after year after year, and they tell their friends, and it grows and it grows and it grows. And you got 12 hours. You can show up for 2 and have a good time and then go home. If you want to experience some less crowded stuff, you show up earlier in the day. We still have music. We still have entertainment. We got these kids that do all Celtic dancing. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
They get up on stage. Actually, Ron DeSantis got up on stage last year and addressed the crowd.
Very cool.
And I don't have any inkling of him doing that again, but that's pretty cool that he did last year.
Yeah.
It's an endorsement. So we're really excited about that. And then I have to plug while I can. So when I bought Flanagan's, I was working at Rosie's Tavern, which is right up the street.
Yeah.
And over the past 10 years, I've made about 12 offers on Rosie's Tavern, and I finally got one accepted and was able to purchase it March 1st of this year.
Congrats.
So right up the street, just outside the festival, there's another fantastic beer and wine tavern, very, live entertainment, that kind of stuff, popcorn. I love popcorn. And all you can eat popcorn, and that'll be right up the street too. So check that out as well.
Rosie's Tavern. Where's the name come from?
Actually, there was a dog named Rosie's that passed away while they were building the tavern.
Yeah.
And it's a very dog-centric tavern. We're not allowed. We're not allowed, based on laws, to have animals inside that are pets.
Got it.
But on the patio, we're quite friendly.
Good.
And the wall is all covered in dogs. In fact, my dog who passed away recently is up on the wall, and every time a dog passed away, we put a cross up, so it's a memorial. But it's a beautiful thing to go, and I know so many of the dogs up on the wall because they call it dog Eden.
Okay.
There's everything is very there's murals of dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
There's everyone is a dog owner. So
20 seconds back to you, my friend. How do you want folks to connect?
Well, jump on our Facebook, Flanagan's Irish Pub, Rosie's Tavern of Dunedin, and jump on our website, flanagan'sirishpub.net, and come on down and see us. I think once you experience either of these places, I think you're going to be hooked.
Absolutely. I love it. Well, you made a fan out of me. I'm going to be there. I'm going to check it out and come visit. So appreciate that. Hopefully we'll run into Ronnie D over there.
That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
We'll see. We'll get him on the show. How about that?
That sounds good.
There we go. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in, Jason. Appreciate it. And we're taking a quick break. We're going to come back with Debbie Lane. She is a hypnotist here. We're talking about quit smoking and weight loss and the power of hypnosis coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.